I was teaching her tennis on a quiet afternoon, the kind where the sun hangs just right and the court feels like it belongs only to you. She was new to the game, a little awkward with the racket, laughing every time the ball bounced the wrong way. I kept things simple, showing her footwork and grip, trying not to overwhelm her. There was an easy comfort between us, the kind that grows when two people share patience and small victories. She listened closely, nodding as if every word mattered, even when I repeated the basics. Each time she missed a shot, she smiled instead of getting frustrated. That caught my attention. Most beginners get annoyed quickly, but she treated mistakes like part of the fun. I found myself enjoying the lesson more than usual, not because of tennis, but because of the calm energy she brought onto the court. As we practiced, she started asking questions that went beyond technique. She wanted to know why certain movements felt natural and others didn't. I explained how flexibility, balance, and timing all work together. She stretched her arms and shoulders, experimenting with what I said, and joked about how stiff she thought she was. I laughed and told her everyone feels that way at first. We took a short break near the bench, sipping water and watching the breeze move the trees beyond the fence. She mentioned how she had always wanted to learn tennis but never had someone patient enough to teach her. That stayed with me. I realized this lesson meant more to her than just learning a sport. It was about trying something new without feeling judged. When we got back on the court, I asked her to focus on her stance. She adjusted, trying to mirror my movements. There was a moment where she surprised both of us, returning a clean shot with confidence. Her eyes widened and she laughed, clearly proud. I praised her progress and she brushed it off playfully, saying she might be a quick learner after all. As the session went on, she started moving more freely, less tense than before. Her steps became lighter, her swing smoother. I pointed it out, and she shrugged with a teasing smile. That's when she said it, almost casually. I'm more flexible than I look. It wasn't said boldly, just honestly, like she was sharing a small secret. I raised an eyebrow, amused more than anything. She explained she had done dance and yoga years ago, but never talked about it much. That explained the sudden improvement. I encouraged her to use that flexibility to her advantage, reminding her that tennis rewards fluid movement. She nodded, clearly enjoying the idea that her past experience still mattered. We practiced stretches together, keeping things light and professional. She followed easily, sometimes correcting herself before I could say anything. It felt less like a lesson now and more like a shared activity. The court no longer felt like a place of instruction, but a space where two people were learning from each other in different ways. She started hitting with more confidence, placing shots instead of just reacting. I stepped back, letting her take control, and watched her grow into the movements. Every successful return made her smile wider. I realized I hadn't checked the time in a while. The lesson had quietly turned into something neither of us wanted to end. Eventually, we slowed down, both a little tired but satisfied. She thanked me sincerely, saying she felt stronger and more capable than when we started. I told her the credit was hers, that flexibility isn't just physical, it's about mindset too. She seemed to think about that, nodding slowly as if it resonated. We sat again by the bench, the court quiet now. She talked about how trying new things scared her, but days like this reminded her why she should keep doing it anyway. I listened, realizing how much trust can form in simple moments. Teaching her tennis had become a doorway into understanding her determination. She joked that next time she might teach me something instead. I smiled, telling her I'd hold her to that. There was an unspoken warmth between us, not rushed or intense, just comfortable. It felt like the start of a connection built on respect rather than expectation. As we packed up, she asked if we could practice again soon. I agreed without hesitation. Tennis was just the excuse now. What mattered was the shared time, the laughter, and the way learning together made everything feel lighter. Walking off the court, I reflected on how unexpected that they had been. I thought I was just giving a lesson, but I ended up witnessing someone rediscover confidence in herself. That kind of moment stays with you longer than any perfect shot. She waved goodbye, reminding me again that she was more flexible than she looked, this time with a playful grin. I laughed, understanding now that she meant more than just her body. She was adaptable, open and willing to grow. Later that evening, I found myself replaying the lesson in my mind. Not the technique, but the conversations, the pauses, the shared understanding. It reminded me why teaching in any form can be rewarding when you approach it with patience. Tennis courts see all kinds of stories, but this one felt quietly special. No dramatic moments, just two people meeting at the right pace. Sometimes that's all it takes to make something memorable. I realize flexibility shows up in many ways, in movement, in learning, and in how people open themselves to new experiences. She had shown all three without even trying. When we met again days later, the familiarity was there, easy and natural. The court welcomed us back like it remembered. Whatever came next, I knew it would grow from that first simple lesson. Teaching her tennis started as a plan, but it ended as a reminder. Connections often form when you least expect them, shaped by patience, curiosity, and the willingness to try. And sometimes the most interesting lessons aren't the ones you set out to teach.